Hello and welcome to Earth Dragon Art. My name's John. I love to draw things like science fiction, fantasy and comic book style art. Well, more comic art rather than comic book style art. And in today's video, one of the things I want to show you is the original entry that I put forward for the Draw with Jazza Colour of Loss competition that was raised a couple of years back, or a year or so back. The reason why this video is coming out now is because when I entered the competition, my computer wasn't able to handle the big file size of the piece itself, and also the deadline was only three and a bit weeks, and I was working full time, so it was very difficult for me to submit the piece fully finished the way I wanted. And it turned out that I'd even missed things when I entered it in. I do need to stress that the original line work, which you see at the beginning of this video, all the black and white line work, that was created by Jazza, by Josiah Brooks of Draw with Jazza, and not myself. But everything beyond that, all the colouring, all the atmosphere, and the additional background elements, that was something that I added after the fact. And what I loved about this project was it really pushed me to be more, pushed me in terms of my painting design, and really showcasing the colour, how to colour and how to create an atmosphere, and how I can improve on just my general technique for colouring a piece. And I even went to the trouble of removing the original line work so that you only saw the colours and the characters, and it hopefully gels quite well. For the most part, I was quite satisfied with this piece. I was very happy that it came out the way it did. But as I mentioned, it wasn't a finalised piece. It wasn't completely finished to the way that I had intended and I had in my vision. It had envisioned in my head. And as I said, there was parts of it that were not completely finished. And one other thing that I wanted to mention as well is, in Jazza's piece, he had a Twitch channel that he does, and he had people suggesting different ideas, and that's where that original character came from. It's a collection of different random ideas that led to him drawing that piece. For my version, I took inspiration from the Mad Max movie, the first one, where his wife and child were killed by this gang that had invaded this little town area, and my portrayal was of him after handling that situation, going back and then mourning after his lost wife and child. So that was my sort of vision of what this was going to be. As I mentioned, this is part 1. There will be a part 2, because what I've done is I've actually now gone back, finished the pieces that were missing, but I've also adapted and remastered some of the other areas. So it's a much fuller piece, much more closer to the version that I was hoping for, and that will come in a later video. It's still being worked on at the moment, but that will come out very, very soon. But in the meantime, I hope you enjoy this video. If you do like what you see today, do click the like button, and feel free to subscribe so you're always aware of any new videos come out. And if you hit the notification bell, as you may or may not be aware, that'll give you a definite ring to say there's a new video or I'm going live, because I do some live streams as well. So without further ado, enjoy this video, and I'll be seeing you.